Welcome back to my channel. We're going to explore another stick today, another Laranja. This is the Azulejo. It's a beautiful stick. This is a 6x54 Toro. Let's take a look at that cigar band. These are just gorgeous. It's another Espinosa stick. It's got the silk footband. We did explore another Laranja on here. This is the Reserva. This was made a previous video about 3 weeks ago of this one. This thing, I've smoked a few of those. They are fantastic. I can't wait to get into this today. So I smell sweetness, some cocoa, some hay, some tobacco. It smells great. I'm just going to take this silk footband off here. Get this thing cut and lit, not waste any time today. Just going to do a straight perfecto cut on it like usual. I did smoke a couple torpedoes recently and put V-cuts on those, and I am a fan if you can get the right kind of V-cut on a torpedo, but for these straight ones, I prefer to just, for these non-torpedoes, I prefer to just put the straight cut on it. There's the cut. There's the end. Do a cold draw. Yeah, I've smoked, from what I can tell so far, this is my first one of this type of Laranja, but I smoked sticks like this before. That La Historia, Rocky Patel, Decade stick, they all seem pretty similar. I'll let you know when we light it up, obviously. Also got a whiskey pairing to go with it today. All right, let's get it toasted. What's everybody up to today? What's everybody drinking? What's everybody smoking? Hope everybody's having a nice day. A little chilly where I'm at, but as you can see, it's beautiful weather. Fall is here in full force. Nighttime, it's getting pretty cold out. Seems like either my lighter is either almost out of fluid or it's turned down again. All right. Got some leather on that right away. Sort of kind of strange, but sort of like a black cherry. Kind of like if you would literally put a dark fruit in your mouth. Not really any sweetness, just kind of that sort of plummy cherry kind of a thing. I knew this stick wasn't going to disappoint. The quality, I've mentioned this in other videos, you know, when you touch it, and especially when you smoke it, you can just tell that this was, a lot of care was put into this. Yeah, good spice on the retro. This thing definitely delivers. It's expensive. These are $12 sticks. I got them for $5. I got 5 of them for $25. So they were $62 for 5 regularly. 62 divided by 5 is 12. That's a lot. That's a lot to pay for a stick. In my opinion, you got to really love it. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, other than having the other Laranja, which I pronounced the name of it wrong in my other video, but this stick is fantastic. I've smoked a few of these. I got this one 5 for $20, so I only paid $4 for this one, $5 for the one we're smoking today. That's how I got to buy them, because I don't know what I'm doing as far as, you know, is it a $12 stick? Is it worth 12? It might be. Some of you know it is or know it isn't, but I'm exploring, finding out. So today we've got the 1792 small batch, straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. 1792 is the year that the state of Kentucky became a state, joined the Union. You can see its star behind me on that glorious American flag. So that's why this is called 1792. This is small batch. It's from Bardstown, Kentucky. This distiller has been around forever. I've had this whiskey before, but never the way you should have it. Or I shouldn't say that. The way I prefer it. I've mixed it with soda, back before I knew the glorious world of drinking whiskey neat. Oh yeah, this thing, very enjoyable. Good draw. It's drawn just perfect, not too open or too closed, just great. So before I knew, this is 33 bucks in my liquor store. Years ago when I bought it, it was, I'm sure in the 20s, it was probably $25, $28 for a bottle of it. It has a higher proof. It's got a almost 94 proof, 93.7. So I don't know why, I just wanted to be fancy and bought it and mixed it with soda. So nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna try it neat today for the first time. Let's get a cork pull. Pretty weak, but wow, does that smell good? It's got a nice fancy cork. It's got an actual real cork. This is plastic, this gold, but it's nice looking cork. You can really see yourself in it. All right, let's get some of it in a glass here. A little weak on the cork pull, a little weak on the glug there, but hey, we're gonna reserve judgment. I'm sure this stuff's gonna be good. It's pretty sought after, it's pretty highly rated. People seem to really like it. My liquor store, for some reason right now, has a 2-bottle limit on that stuff. I just bought one, obviously, but I don't know why there's a 2-bottle limit. It seems readily available pretty much everywhere. All right, back to the cigar. So, doesn't surprise me that I'm getting some sort of a, fruit, dark fruit, out of this thing. When I smoked this one, I literally was getting like citrus notes out of it, like orange, which, I mean, it's orange color, but I was literally getting like lemon and orange peel out of that stick. So it doesn't surprise me that I'm getting something out of this one that's unique as well. These things are just so beautiful. I never heard of them. I just picked it up because it was the orange one, I'm going to call it, was on that, 25 packs of 5 packs of 5, 25 cigars for $100. Grabbed it, thought, what the heck, I'll try this thing. It looks beautiful. Every cigar I bought that has the fancy footband on it, the silk footband, including that Buffalo Trace cigar that had the construction is just phenomenal on these things. It looks like a box press cigar. This one, it's kind of square, where the other one is more round. I don't know. There may be many more of these. There may be, or these may be the only 2 Laranjas. I don't know. But they are great. I will definitely smoke this, especially for $4 or $5 a piece. This one was it's a 6x54 Toro. This one was a 5.5 by 52 Robusto Extra. I don't know if that has to do with the 5. I guess maybe it has to do with the 52. Maybe a regular Robusto is like 5.5 by 50, and this was a 52, so you get a little extra. I don't know why it's called that. It seems a little thicker, but this one is longer and thinner. This one was shorter and fatter, so both just fantastic. Like I said, I smoked a few of the, it's called the Reserva. See it there. And then this one is the Azulejo. And I apologize if anyone out there speaks Spanish and I'm saying this stuff wrong. Doing my best. I don't have any Spanish language background, so I think I did all right though this time. I butchered it last time. I think I called it Laranja. I don't even remember. I'm trying to say it right, so I don't want to say it wrong on purpose. I have nothing but respect for this cigar maker. This product is just fantastic. Here's your ash. Great, tight, solid, burning perfectly evenly. So enjoyable. I just keep going back to it. All right, let's try this bourbon, 1792. The year Kentucky joined the Union. 93.7 proof. It smells like a typical sweet bourbon. It has a caramel, a very generic sort of vanilla extract kind of smell. It smells proofy. It smells like you're getting some, either, I think it's ethanol is how you say it, off of it. All right, here we go. It's interesting. Let me take one more sip. Nice bottle. Unique shape. Nice and smooth. So it's interesting because, doesn't have to be made in Kentucky to be called bourbon. But it's like Kentucky has a unique flavor profile, and I just hate to drink the Kool-Aid every time I do videos. But their rivers have this limestone in them where they get the water, and it must be that. But it's weird because it's like a cherry. When you drink the Buffalo Trace and the ones from that distiller, you're getting a lot of in my opinion, I'm getting cherry. Maybe it's not so much cherry. It's kind of like the cigar. It's like a dark fruit, and cherry's just what my palate tells me it is. But it could be a plum. It could be whatever other dried cranberries or something. Some dark dried fruit is what I get off of that, how I read it, But try it. I definitely think that's worth, first two sips. Like I said, $32 or $33 for a 94 proof bourbon from Bardstown. It's a pretty good deal. At least we're on that. Wow. This is a very enjoyable cigar. I'm only an inch into this thing. I'm so happy about that. I'm trying to smoke a little slower. I believe it. I have a strong opinion on smoke how you want, smoke what you want, drink and how you want, drink what you want. But, as I explore and I'm learning more, it does seem like when you crush a cigar, you are changing the flavors of it. So, when you make the cigar real super hot, you are adding in not a burnt taste per se, but you're kind of burning the cigar up a little bit. I mentioned in other videos about the ash. There's a theory that the ash actually keeps it from burning real hot because it sort of insulates that cone of, burning tobacco in there. So keeping your ash on isn't just a thing to show off. It's technically, if that theory's correct, it does help your cigar burn a little slower, maybe a little cooler. I mentioned before too that I like to let the cigar sit and calm down, and you get a calm, you know, drag, a calm, you know, puff off of it, and it seems to be a little better. You get a little bit more stuff out of it, in my opinion. Yeah, this thing, I knew it. I mean, I didn't know, but I thought, because the other one, took a shot on the other one. These were on sale, so took a shot on this, and it was worth it. These are definitely a must-buy if you can find them. Crazy noises going on out here today. I don't know what that is. Sounds like somebody wrestling with a trash can. That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds like somebody just kicking a trash can down the street. I think it's a trash truck picking up a trash can. I just got something different in this thing. That was interesting. What's that? What's that thing they put on ham? Like a ham you're gonna cook it in the oven. Clove. Like a little bit of clove. Anybody ever smoke like a clove cigar or a clove cigarette? I mean, getting a little bit of that. There's a guy on YouTube I'm subscribed to. His channel's not that big. It's like mine. It's pretty little. But he smokes all kinds. I wish I could think of his name. His name's like Leaf Sharia or something. And he smokes all kinds of crazy. He had like Chinese cigarettes that were meant to help you stop smoking. And I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, well, they must be the worst cigarette. How could smoking something help you stop smoking something? It must be the worst cigarette ever. They must be terrible, and that's what I don't understand. And then, he has all kinds of different stuff on his channel. He smokes a lot of budget cigars and different interesting cigarettes, and that's what, when I tasted that clove, I started thinking about things I've seen, and I think he smoked a clove cigarette on his channel before. Yeah, this is just like if you want one of these and you have to pay 10 or 12 bucks for it, I still think it might be worth it. If you're a casual smoker, if you don't smoke every day, you're not going to smoke the stick every day. This may be a weekly special occasion. These are great. I don't know which one I like better. This one is fantastic. I'd say this is a medium to full-bodied. Yeah, like a spicy clove. Spicy clove and cocoa. No sweetness. I'm still getting that. It just, in my head, it's cherry. But it makes me not nervous, but it makes me think like I'm not 100% sure of the cherryness, because I'm getting cherry on everything. I'm getting cherry on this, cherry on that. I mean, you get what you get. This is mostly a caramel bomb. When I stick my nose in it, my brain says, that's a glass of caramel. Sweet caramel. And then my brain also says, hold on though, it's not actually caramel. There's alcohol in that. You can definitely tell there's alcohol. Wow. So I have a few bottles that I stick with, and then I try other stuff. And I've mentioned this before, but I drink it. I don't want to keep this bottle around. It'll get drank. I'll drink a good bit of it today, I'm sure. I don't have anywhere to go. So, but this for 33 bucks, this could be one I keep around. You know, it's a good price point for something that, in my opinion, this kind of quality. And I don't think this isn't a, I think this is a pretty well-known bourbon. I think people are probably over it by now. They probably drank it a million times, but I've never had it neat. This may be one that benefits from a few drops of water. Might open it up. I'll be honest, I've done that, but it's not my style. I just like to drink it right as it comes out of the bottle. I like the higher proof stuff. You know, when you add a little bit of water to it, it's going to proof it down a little, so it's not going to be quite as strong. But it also opens it up. A lot of times it makes it more floral, and then you get like sort of orange peel and other things out of it like that. Man. Another cigar that's making me drool. Give me a comment. Let me know what you know about this cigar brand, Laranja, by Espinosa. You know, they may only have 2 Laranjas, and Espinosa may make other stuff. Let me know if you recommend anything. A lot of times people tell me what they're smoking, and they say they recommend it. So if there's anything that you recommend from Espinosa, or if you know of another Laranja, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed so you don't miss any of my videos. Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know. I mean, I've only smoked not even a third of this kind. I think I smoked 3 of these so far. Right now, if I had to pick, I'm picking this one as my winner. But it might be because I smoked 3 of them. You know, you enjoy something 3 times, it may beat out enjoying a third of something once, you know. I'll smoke a couple more of these. I'll let you guys know in another video how I feel. But right now, I mean, this one is just fantastic. I mean, it's just a great stick. But again, I'm not kicking this stick out of bed either. This is a really good quality, box pressed. Tastes so good. It's got such great flavors. I found another cigar lounge near me. Man, is it a fantastic place. I don't know if anybody out there, again, leave me a comment on this too. If you have an opinion on a cigar lounge, what a cigar lounge should be to you. Do you like dark cigar lounges that have loud music, or do you like, you know, the new one I found is an old, dusty, big one. It's got like 5 or 6 rooms with like 5 or 6 couches and chairs, you know, big chairs in each room. It must be 25 ashtrays in this place. And it has a bar. It's above a restaurant. I don't even think it has a name, because I'd never heard of it. And I've been at this cigar thing for months now. And a new friend, he's a friend, whether he thinks I'm his friend, I'm his friend for him telling me about it. So I was just smoking a cigar one time at this like gathering in our neighborhood, and he just started talking to me about cigars. And he's like, "Have you been up to Suburban?" Which is the name of the restaurant. And it's like 10 minutes from my house. And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "There's a whole cigar lounge upstairs in that place." What an amazing amazing old dusty place. You know, it's not the cleanest as far as, you know, the walls are smoky and dirty and, you know, but the guy that owns it too, just what a great guy, what a character. He's owned it, he's had it operational now for over 15 years. Great humidor, big walk-in humidor, really good selection of drinks, whiskeys and bourbons and ryes and, you know, whiskeys. Man, I can't wait till they're comfortable enough with me, you know, because it was the first time I was there, and they welcomed me right in, you know, to the club, basically. But I can't wait till they're comfortable enough to let me tape in there, make a video about it, because the place just deserves to be documented. If nobody's ever made a video, somebody needs to make one. I mean, it is just, man, the noise out here today. Apologize if the noise bother you guys. I got trash trucks and dogs and lawnmowers and everything going on out here. But yeah, when I make a video of this place, I mean, the humidor is, you know, you can't compare a place like that to Cigars International or something like that, but their whole freaking building up there is a humidor. But man, this guy's got a big humidor. Not a ton of stuff, in his humidor, but what he does have is really good and priced very fairly. You know, I'm a big believer when you go to a cigar lounge, you know, you buy a cigar. I've got 80 or 100 cigars, but I never would take a cigar to smoke there. I may take a cigar that I want to share and give it to somebody and do a trade, but if they gave me a cigar there, I would never smoke it. I would purchase a cigar. I feel like that's kind of like an unwritten rule to support that cigar lounge, that business. So it's nice that he has some stuff. You know, two things that really caught my eye is he's got the Oliva Master Blends 3, which is one of my favorite cigars in the world. I'd say that's definitely in my top 5. And then he had the LFD Chapter 1, which is another really, really nice cigar that I really enjoy. I'd say that's in my top 10. And then a bunch of stuff I hadn't tried before. So I smoked 2 sticks that I never tried before while I was there. So it'd be nice to make a video someday showcasing what he's got going on and give you guys an idea of, you know, the differences between cigar lounges, because that's a big, dusty, old school one. You know, there was no music, no TVs. The one I go to over in West Reading that I've talked about quite a bit, called Legacy. You know, Friday night he's got a DJ. You know, there's chessboards out there. You can play chess. You know, he's got a humidor. It's half the size, or a third maybe the size of the Suburban Cigar Lounge. But, you know, it's just a flashier place. He's got the lights down low. There's people dancing. It's just, you know, he's got TVs on with sports on them. It's just, you know, what kind of cigar lounge do you like when you go to one? Have you been to one? Do you frequent one? Do you try different ones all the time? You know, and then you got like Cigars International, which is a big business. You know, they've got all the sports on the TVs, but I didn't notice any music or anything going on over there. It was pretty laid back. You know, do you want to have privacy when you go to a cigar lounge? Do you want to be in a corner by yourself with a buddy or by yourself? You know, do you and your girl or your guy go and smoke cigars together, and that's what you like to do, and you want a little privacy, you know, to talk, or do you like socializing? As you can tell from this channel, I like to socialize. So I walked in, I said hello. There was like 5 or 6 people there. I said hello to everybody, shook everybody's hand, introduced myself, told them where I'm from. I'm not shy about that either. Some people are just really private, and that's okay. But I didn't know what to expect, you know? Maybe I would have walked in and they wouldn't have been very social. And I would have just blended right in. I would have just bought a stick, got a whiskey, and went over, found myself a chair. But like I said, there was 5 or 6 rooms that you can hang out in. Everybody was in the same room. I just melted right into that same room they were in, got a nice comfortable seat, sat down and just started talking shop, talking cigars, telling them, I didn't tell them about my channel yet, because again, I don't want to, push it, wear my welcome out anywhere. Again, I didn't know how private they were. Maybe they would think, oh, this guy just cares about YouTube and making videos. And that's really not all I care about. The journey, it's about the journey, not the destination. And for me, I just want to experience and explore. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad you guys are here with me. Whiskeys will hit you different depending on what day you're drinking them, depending on what's going on in your life per se. This is just great. Like, I'm kind of ashamed that I hadn't been on this previously. Like, I'm kind of sad that it took me all these months to finally find this one, or to actually pull the trigger. I've seen it. I just kind of thought it was just kind of meh, not very exciting, but it is freaking great. Like, real good. And the sweetness is going great with this stick. Maybe I'm giving myself too much credit. Maybe pairing these things isn't hard. But I just seem to pair up cigars and whiskeys just perfectly together. And maybe they all just would pair perfectly, no matter which whiskey or bourbon or whatever I have out here today. It's neat when you meet people that you have something in common with, and you can talk, and some things I said, I think they were impressed by, because I can pick things up on whiskeys and cigars that some people just can't. Some people just, I'll get comments from people, how do you get clove out of that thing? I smoked it, I didn't get any clove. Or, how did you miss this? I smoke it and I get this. So, it is personal, but at the same time, I just really like to share and hear from people. I think I had, so I ride shared up to the place. It was 10 minutes away, but I didn't want any pressure in case they had some great stuff, which they did. So I had 2 cigars while I was there. I had a Connecticut and a Maduro. And then I had like 4 whiskeys while I was there. And they were good whiskeys too. No messing around. And that was a great Friday night. Meeting new people that you have something in common with. Enjoying myself. Had two cigars and 4 whiskeys, and I think I tipped very well, and my bill was like $80. That's a lot of money, $80. But think about it, if you went out to eat, you could easily spend $50. I'd rather spend my money like that. That was like the perfect night for me. I was like a kid in a candy store. Or like a grown man in a cigar lounge. They asked me, what's your go-to, daily smoker? And I told them Quorum by J.C. Newman. And no one knew what Quorum was. I may have been one of the younger ones there. There was a couple other guys that were maybe my age, but I said, next time I come up, I'll bring a couple, take them home, try them. For $2 a stick. Those Quorums they're good. They're creamy, especially the shade grown Quorum. I'm getting off on different tracks here, but the J.C. Newman Cigar Company, they make the brick Brickhouse brand as well. You know, I'd say the Quorum Maduro isn't as good as the Brickhouse Maduro, but I've only had a Brickhouse. It's possible the Brickhouse Connecticut's better than the Quorum, you know, shade Connecticut. I don't know. I got to try more Brickhouse. The Brickhouse was also more than double in price. So I made a video about Brickhouse as well on this channel. Check that video out. I've got a couple other sticks coming up to explore, and I've got whiskey pairings with those as well. This thing's getting stronger. It's getting more intense, getting close to the halfway point here. It's slow burning, which is just fantastic. The draw is not wide open. It's not tight though. It's got like the perfect draw for me, right in the middle of the road. Spicy. Tobacco. A lot of tobacco now coming through on this thing. It's getting stronger. So my brain's telling me you're getting stronger tobacco. Definitely not burnt. I didn't burn this thing by hitting it too hard. Taking it easy on this guy. I don't know that I ever really burned a cigar up. I mean, if you watch that Buffalo Trace cigar exploration, I did physically burn that cigar a little bit. Burnt the leaf on it. But even that one, you know, once I got past that part, I don't think I was tasting burned tobaccos or anything. But it's the only one I ever smoked, so I could be wrong. Just adding up in my head real quick, I mean, just the 12 Perdomos I've had. Buffalo Trace is 13. These two Laranjas, 15. I've had 15 different sticks just thinking like that. Then you get off, I mean, I've probably had 50 or more different sticks that I've explored on this channel. Could be more than that. I made a lot of budget videos with gas station cigars too, which I may go back to. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think they're a good budget smoke, some of them. A lot of people told me that that's not what they're for. You're not supposed to smoke them like you do these, like you do a premium cigar. You're supposed to crack them open, dump out their insides, and fill them with other stuff. I enjoy smoking them. I really enjoyed like some of those budget sticks, especially the ones that are from the Dutch by Dutch Master. They're really good. Game cigars by Garcia Vega. Cream, you know, all the budget cigars, I thought they were all good. Not good like this, not good on this level, but, you know, still worth smoking, especially if you're in a pinch. So I made a video about Nub, Connecticut, 358s. They're, in my opinion, they're not a gas station cigar, but the packaging from what, you know, if you saw that video, check that out if you didn't see it. Everybody seems to really like that one. The packaging says otherwise. The packaging says, hey, put me in a gas station, put me in a convenience store, you know, separate pouches, you know, sealed for freshness, and then the cigar was cut. I mean, you could technically light that thing off of whatever and be ready to roll. You don't need a cutter, you don't need anything. So, you know, I don't assume I know anything, honestly. I just try to give you guys my opinion and try to learn something through exploration, and that's about it. This thing is getting intense, no doubt. Another stick did that to me, crept up on me like that. The Rocky Patel did that. There's another one that every time I make a video, I want to talk about it, and I can't think of the one that that snuck up on me so hard. I have to go back, see if I can add it to the description. But there was one like this that's like a I call this like a super premium cigar. Like the construction is fantastic. The flavors are fantastic. I think I remember the Cohiba Puro started out like this one did, and then just blew my doors off at the end. It was just so powerful and strong. This thing's shaping up to be like that. This may be more of fuller bodied, but for me right now, still medium. Still medium. Scale of like 1 to 10. I would call this like as far as strength. 10 being the strongest, 1 being the most mild. I'd say this is a 5 or 6. The Cohiba Puro was like a 10. I think it was brutal. Definitely enjoyed the other Cohibas, the red dot and the blue, more than that Puro. But hey, maybe if you like really strong cigars, pick up a Cohiba Puro. Pick up one of these. Or if you can, pick up 5 of them for $25, like I did. That clove is kind of going away. So has that sort of black cherry. It's turned more into like a tobacco, full forward tobacco with the cocoa still there and the spice. About halfway now. All right, let's put it down. Let it calm down, like I always say. Let it get a little cooled off. Come back to it, see what we get. Now peel this little part off that I always talk about as well. It's a little part of the cap. I really like to do the most shallow cut on these things as possible. You can always cut more off. Can't put any back on. All right, yeah, and see, it's so good, I just want to keep smoking it. Let's put it down for a minute. Wow, this stuff. $17.92 small batch. Worth every penny of $33. Celebrated by whiskey connoisseurs worldwide. The subtleties of 1792 make it incomparably brash and bold, yet smooth and balanced. Got nothing to disagree with on that. Absolutely nothing to disagree with. This is worth it. Could be a staple in my whiskey selection for sure. All right, let's get into the final third of this thing and see if we've got anything new or different. Let it calm down a little bit there, chew on the smoke a little. Yeah, very good. You might have been getting a little hot because now it's a little bit more chill. Laranja, Azulejo. Well, if nothing else, this is my noisiest video. A lot of different noises out here. Yeah, a lot of black pepper on my tongue and throat. Yep, this is definitely an hour smoker. We're 40 minutes in. I'm definitely going to get another 20 minutes out of this thing. I don't see why you wouldn't. Not a giant cigar either. 6x54. You know, I think that 5 Vegas that I had a heck of a exploration with on this channel, that thing was a 6x60. Does really change the experience on the gauge. I had some comments on that video that people said, well, maybe you did one of two things. You know, maybe two things are going on with that. One, it's 60. The thing's just big, you know, wide. So you're getting a lot of smoke, and it had a wide open draw. A little too wide open in my opinion. And the other thing too that I'm learning, and this is just all from you guys and your comments, and I appreciate it, is that cigar may have been over or under humidified. I shouldn't open the cigar box up right away and smoke it. I should get some humidification, you know, one way or another through the humidor, the packs, humidification packs, or actually put it in a humidor and let it chill once opened for a week or two, then smoke them. I didn't know that. I thought the point of a humidor and the humidification packs was to keep cigar, and I know it is also to keep cigars over time and not let them get ruined from being under or over humidified. But I didn't realize that when they come out of a box like that, that really they should be sort of sat there for a little bit to kind of get them acclimated to the humidity that you want. Also, they talked about that at that cigar lounge on Friday night, where they said, he said he was ordering more cigars. He was actually on the phone with his cigar dealer. I don't know what they're called. And, you know, he said, oh, I'm going to get those in about 2 weeks, but then they got to sit there for a week or two. You know, he puts them in his humidor, obviously. So, you know, that guy knows. That guy knows what I didn't know, that you shouldn't just rip a box open and pop one in your mouth and light it up. Need some time to get acclimated to the right humidity. You know, these countries, you know, this is a Nicaraguan stick. You know, it's probably more humid in Nicaragua than where I'm at, you would assume. And then it takes a boat or a plane ride, and then a ride on a truck, or, you know, however it gets to where it finally gets purchased and then sent to me through, you know, the mail, basically. Or I drive them in my car. That's the whole point, though, of this channel. You know, exploring, learning. This is never meant to be a I know everything, listen to me channel. And it probably never will be. It's not really my style. Piece of leaf there. I am a sucker for the cigar band, though. If a cigar has a nice cigar band on it, it kind of draws me in, makes me more excited to smoke it. Even when I buy cigars, there's cigars from great cigar manufacturers like that I recognize. And if it doesn't have a cigar band, I'm less likely to buy it. I haven't bought any cigars that I can recall that had no cigar band on them that weren't a budget cigar. Anything that's premium, the cigar band, I'm a sucker for them, you know? Same thing with the whiskey though. You know, if the whiskey has a nice bottle, has a nice cork, I'm more likely to try it than I would be if it was just a plastic screw top. I know I've explored lots of plastic screw tops on here, but just more excited when it is a fancier bottle with a nice cork. This cork is fantastic. I mean, I wish it was metal, not plastic, you know, the actual top, but so what, right? You know, this thing has that, like, look at that. It's like, I can see myself in it. Plastic, but nice. And a nice cork. Actual cork. Kind of stuff's nice. Yeah, if you said, you know, right now, give me a standard quality bourbon for a really good price, this would be my pick. I mean, $33. And this is just so kind of standard, middle of the road bourbon. You know, sweet, but proofy and easy drinking. I mean, it has that kind of Kentucky flavor that I've described before. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's get this cigar band, as beautiful as it is. Let's take it off here. We'll see how it comes off. Peels off like this. Came off nice. Took a little hunk out of it. A little hunk out of the leaf. Nothing that's going to cause any problems though. I do like that box press shape too. I just like it all. Just a big fan. Yeah, this thing delivers. Definitely a winner. Yeah, I'm getting like a lot of chocolate, a lot of cocoa. You know, nothing sweet, no sweetness, but a lot of like earth and cocoa, tobacco, that kind of stuff out of this for sure. Spicy now. Last third is spicy. A lot of black pepper on my tongue. A lot of spice. Just the burn on this too. I mean, just so perfect. I spin it as I smoke it, obviously. You see me doing that, but I mean, I've spun other ones that didn't burn good. I mean, these it's just the super premium stuff. It's just my favorite. This is right up there with the Perdomos, with the quality. I've said this before. I think the Perdomos burn a little fast. I think they may be, they may burn a little quick, but the quality is there. A lot of spice now. Yeah, this is getting into that realm of it's ticking up a little bit. Now it's a 7 out of 10 as far as the strength. It's important to know, you light something up and it's real calm, and then as it gets down, things giving off some, it's showing its power for sure. Very good though. Go so well together. It's amazing. Amazing how good they go together. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more of this bourbon. And then I am going to... The cork pull got better. Nice. Got another ounce there. It's nice when you're not worried about the money. When it's a $80 bottle, you're a little less inclined to take a little more out of there. But for a $35 bottle, cheers all day. All right, I'm gonna finish this stick. Enjoy what's left of the afternoon here. The sun is starting to set already. As always, if I find anything else, if this thing just starts kicking up and gets even stronger, I'll let you guys know. Appreciate you being here. Take care of yourself, yourself, and each other. And I will see you guys in the next exploration.